and producers of the hit series Roseanne on ABC, but he's also the only man who can make Roseanne laugh all the time. He's her husband. And now he's here to make you laugh. Give it up for Tom Arnold.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. You have a good holiday season? Huh? You gain any weight? I put on a few pounds. I gained 90 pounds over the holidays, which is great because I'm the perfect weight for my height. As you can tell, I'm well over 10 feet tall. Fortunately for me, though, I love aerobics. Man, I can watch that stuff all day, you know? You know, everything burns off calories. Aerobics, jogging, running. Sleeping burns off 50 calories an hour. Did you know that? So if I have that extra piece of pie at night, I'll sleep in a couple hours in the morning. You know? I got Rosie a great wedding gift. I wanted to get her something personal, so I got her one of those fur coat kits. Have you seen those? It's a Velcro coat with 100 gerbils. She got me some edible underwear. I don't know what the big deal is about those. You wear it for a few days, it tastes just like the other ones. Anybody have allergies? Yeah. I'm allergic to cats, and Rosie had these 2 cats, and every day I had to take these 4 powerful allergy pills, until one day I gave them to the cats, and now I don't have to take them no more. You know, I'm from Iowa, and I had a paper out as a kid, typical Iowa paper out. 4 houses, 195 miles. My dad, he was a good dad, but he's never good at handling our family crises. I remember my 16-year-old sister came home pregnant, and I said, Dad, you know, you better think about adoption. And he's like, yeah, but who in the hell's going to adopt a 16-year-old pregnant girl? My brother's a criminal, and he's kind of dumb. The cops caught him stealing this woman's purse, and they put him in a lineup, and first they face to the right, then they face to the left, then they look straight ahead, and he's like, hey, that's her, you know. Now, you ever get drunk with your mom? It's always an experience. Well, I remember the first time, it was grain alcohol night at this sleazy pickup bar. I was pretty young, too. My mom was 2 weeks pregnant with me. I was hammered, but you couldn't see it in my eyes because they weren't formed yet. But my flippers were going crazy. It was a great time. My parents got divorced, and they had to go to divorce court, and us kids got to go too. And divorce court is like a game show. My mom won a house and a car. We're all excited, you know. My dad got some luggage. Yeah. You know, Iowa's so full of tradition, Iowa is. Every time I go home, I have to go for this father-son drive with my dad. It's always the same thing. He drives a carpool, stops the car, looks out the window, and goes, you know, when I was a kid, this is all pasture. And I look out there and go, you know, it still is, Dad. You ever travel with your family, play road games, punch buggy, slug bug? You ever hear that game? Yeah, it's a great... First person in the car to see a Volkswagen gets to punch somebody else in the car. It's a great game. My dad and I, we still play it. We drive around for a while, get warmed up, and then we park in front of the Volkswagen dealership and beat the hell out of each other, you know? Well, I bought my grandma a home. Actually, I put her in a home. She's 85 years old. She's starting to lose her memory. And everybody's upset about it except for me because I got 8 checks for my birthday from her. That's $40 right there, folks. So, thank you very much. Thank you.
Roseanne is changing her name to Arnold?
Well, actually, you know, most people when they get married, they take their husband's name, right?
Sure.
So they do in Iowa anyway. And her legal name is Arnold now, and she's just going to put it on this show, Roseanne Arnold, next year. It's a tribute to me, you know. But the reason she's doing it is because, first of all, it's a tribute to me. But second of all, I agreed to, you know, I'm converting to Judaism because she's Jewish, you know. Yeah. And then I'm taking these classes and I'm reading, and I was going kind of slow. And so she said, you know, I'll change my name as soon as you get done. So, man, I'm burning through those books, you know. I'm just really going crazy.
So there's like a final or a test you have to take to become Jewish? Is it convert to Judaism?
It's very painful. I don't know if you're familiar with what they do. Because I already had that done, but I think they...
oh, that!
We are going to have that done.
Oh, I've heard about that. I thought he was talking about something with a book or something.
Wow.
You know?
Man, I hope they use something sharper than that. You know, yeah, it's really an interesting religion. You know, it's really interesting, and I'm really excited because you know Rosie's Jewish, the kids are Jewish, and we're gonna have more kids. And we want to all be the same religion, and it's very fascinating in the history of Judaism. It's very fascinating. It's very interesting. I love it.
You're really in love, man. Like that. I kind of love.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's like I wonder, and you know, we go to therapy so often, and we're always saying, are we in love? Is this a sickness or is it love? And you know, like that you want to be with someone all the time. It's just true love, you know.
You know why I think it's a sickness, and I don't mean to put your business in the street and everything, but me and Roseanne did a cold opening, a little sketch type thing before the show started on my anniversary show, where we had to kiss and rub, and I had to, you know, be my baby tonight and sing for me and all that kind of.
Yeah.
And they told me that you were out in the hallway pacing and going through all these, and you know, this jealous, and you told me you don't have to kiss her, you can just, you know.
Yeah, well, but I mean, see, I've grown. Well, you called me at home and asked me if it was okay.
Well, because I heard you would like that.
That was a righteous thing. Well, we've just been married a year. Give us when we're 20 years, you know. I think, but that's the closest that I've ever let a man get to her since we've been married, and you should consider that an honor.
Well, thank you.
I mean, but the reason I'm really uptight, I'm getting better, you know, like I say. You know, but I love her so much. I don't want to take it, you know, I just, you know, you don't want to take a chance of something happening, you know?
Yeah, I mean, and she's also a big star, and sometimes being a big star and having power is sexy. So I guess you get guys who write her letters and want to take her away from you the way you did from some other man.
Well, yeah, but these guys are doing 20 to life, you know, so I'm not gonna. I won't. So, you know, with the way the prison system is, I probably won't see him for 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah. So anyway, but no, she gets fan. You know, I respect, if you think she's a beautiful woman, if you think she's sexy, I agree 100%. Just keep your hands off her. Yeah. You know, I mean, that's how I feel. And I don't mean just you.
I know, but you understand what I mean,
I do.
You understand. I just want to respect you by calling you and saying, yo, man, there's a little fondling and petting in the sketch.
I was honest with you. I mean, I like you.
Yeah, but you just don't want me rubbing on your wife.
Oh, yeah, right. Well, you understand. You understand that, right?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
I mean, I have trouble. I get nervous. You know, I've seen John Goodman and her. They've done this stuff, you know, so often. I get tense a little bit sometimes if it's. And I write a lot of the stuff. That's the romantic stuff because I consider I want to put a little bit of our relationship in it, you know. Yeah. And then I see it being played out, and it makes me nervous. But I'm getting over that, you know. Yeah.
You have to explain to me this whole thing about the ex-Kiss drummer.
Oh, okay.
What is that?
Okay, a couple weeks ago, Rosie and I...
we have a minute.
Yeah, okay. A couple weeks ago, Rosie and I, we were reading one of the tabloids. We read them because we're suing them, and we want to see what more we can sue them for. And anyway, there was an article in one that said that ex-Kiss drummer Peter Criss was living on the streets and homeless and an alcoholic, and you know, so it was really very sad. So I called a couple friends. I said, why don't we go down and try to find him on the streets? So we went down. We found the guy. And then we took him out said we'd get him a bed in the hospital to go through rehab, and we started working these steps, and a lot of other people heard about it, and they wanted to help him, and you know it's quite a credible story. He had Swifty Lazar was his agent by the end of the week on a book deal, and you know, but the truth, and then his ex-girlfriend of 8 years called and said I'm flying him out to Boston, and I said don't do it, we're going to put him in the hospital. She said she went ahead and did it. She met him at the airport in Boston. It wasn't him. It was an imposter. The real Peter Criss is living in I don't want to say where, but he's living a comfortable life, and he's doing fine. And this tabloid had screwed up. They hadn't investigated it all, and it was just an imposter. But
I took in buckwheat on 2020.
Yeah, but the nice thing is, I want to say that this guy is now, because of the generosity of a lot of people that I know, this guy is, I pray to God, he's getting some help himself, because he is a human being, and he needed it, and people helped him, and it makes it better. You know, this guy.
So you didn't beat up the guy. You helped him out after.
Yes. Oh, of course.
Yeah.
He really needed help. Once I found out he wasn't the famous guy, then you know he needed it bad. It's a very interesting story.
That's good, man. That's good.
Yeah.
Let's take commercial and come right back with Candyman and Tom Arnold in the movie.
Guest
And you're about to find out why, performing Melt in Your Mouth from his current album, Ain't No Shame in My Game. Give it up for